Okay, we have another very special guest, Cody Rose. Thank you for joining us on Conversations on a Bench.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Okay, you have been a very special person to the mission.
Yeah.
So how long ago were you at the mission?
I came here December 26, 2021.
2021. And how long were you here?
About 10 months.
10 months. So tell us about that experience.
It was great because I had some issues with substance abuse. I left home to come to the mission because I heard about the program and I needed some help.
Yeah.
And then I was in the rescue and I was on the mat on the floor. And it was awesome. I was happy to be there.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and I met a guy named Ryan Matson, and we talked about the Life Change program. But my knees were bad, so I ended up in the R3 program.
Yeah.
This year, December 26, 2024, I'll celebrate 4 years of sobriety.
Well, congratulations. Woohoo! Yeah, that is fantastic.
That's a long time.
That is a very long time.
Because I struggled with substance abuse since 1996.
Yeah, that is fantastic, Cody. And who did you connect with at the mission? What staff or volunteers?
My friends there's so many.
Yeah.
Norm, Tony, Chelsea, you, Beth, Mike Tardy, Shane at the warehouse. There's so many people. And I had a friend that I came back and volunteered with named Nathaniel. And Nathaniel worked the food trucks.
Yeah.
And sadly, he was on a motorcycle accident and he passed away.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
We were really close.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. So,
I'm glad I got to spend time with him and Rosie.
You did. So tell us about how you connected with Shane and others here at the mission.
So I started out like everybody else at the mission. I got assigned to Ken Codeine and I did some janitorial work. And then I needed to do something else, so I started working upstairs in the B dorm. And I was AM janitorial lead. Then from there, I asked my navigator at the time, Kai, if I could be looked at for the office position. And Kai talked to Chelsea, and then I was trained to work in the office. And I worked a night shift for a long time.
Yeah, wonderful. So what did you learn during your time at the mission?
Oh, I learned everything because I didn't know anything when I got here. I came from a bad situation, and they were like, come home, and I was like, no, I'm going to stay at this program. My dad had just been sent to prison, so I was like, what am I going to do? And they told me, just stay here with us, and I did. And by coming here, working the program, not drinking or smoking, and having a little bit of faith, I was able to get the services that I need because I needed a little bit more than the mission could offer.
Yeah.
And I met a guy named Mike Arredondo, and he helped me to get, along with my navigators, Tanya and Kai and Chelsea and everybody else, we were able to get a program that's able to help me, which I'm at today.
Yeah. So where are you today?
I'm in a group
sharing?
home.
Okay. And that's helping?
Oh, I had an apartment for a year, and I didn't like living alone, so they let me come back to a group home.
Yeah.
And I have 2 roommates that are just the best.
Yeah. And you also have a roommate named Sunny, too, right?
Oh, yeah. I got a cat for the first time in my life. I got her from Green Hill, and they had her in this small little room, and I thought, that's not right. So I said, I'll take her, and we took her home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's so spoiled.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
She lucked out.
she's lucky to have you, Cody.
Yeah.
But you were sharing that she does like her meals, right?
Oh, I'm supposed to feed her twice a day, but she'll come dance around the food bowl and act like she's starving, and she's not. But I caved in today and I gave her an extra serving.
Well,
Don't tell my manager.
I won't. I won't tell. Nope. Nope. So, at your time at the mission, what was most helpful for you? What made the most difference to you in helping you move forward?
You know what I like to sit in the hallway by Chelsea's old office where Norm is, and I watch guys come to the mission that were broken and battered, and they start working the program and they start getting a job, and just to see their leveling up.
Yeah, you could see that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I've been to some other programs in Oregon, and this is by far the best.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, in thinking about some of the people at the mission and other guests, how do you think, what helps them the most?
Everything that goes on here. You're working, you're not going to a job, you're not going to your life skill, you're going to a job every day. And it gives you worth. A lot of people that haven't done anything in the previous years, they sign up for classes. Everybody's excited. We're all talking in the cafeteria, having a good time.
Did you have any favorite classes?
I had the opportunity to work with a girl named Allie, who was a scientist who came here and did a culinary class, and it was awesome. She'd bring the Instapot.
Oh, nice.
And she'd cook us awesome food. And also while I was here, Chelsea asked me and John Wilson if we would come and meet the board. We were the first 3 people ever to talk to the board at the mission.
That's right. That's right. You guys did wonderfully. Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you nervous at all when you did that?
Well, the first thing the guy says, well, you know what my job is? And I'm like, what? He's like, I'm a sergeant in the police department. I said, oh, can I leave now? No. No, it was all right. We did so much good things at the mission, and I came back and volunteered. But it's hard when you lose the person that you were working with.
Yeah.
And your life gets busy.
Yeah.
Like today, there's so many things I missed out on. I'm taking off to Florence to the casino to have some lunch. We're at the Portland Zoo. We're at Wildlife Safari. We're all these great things that are happening in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm figuring out what I like and don't like.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to, Cody?
We might be going on a trip this month. It's not set in stone yet, but it's something to be hopeful for.
Yeah, absolutely.
I go with my roommates as much as I can. I go out in the community, and I work a rigorous diet at home because I'm trying to lose some weight.
And you've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I lost 50 pounds in the last few months.
Good job. Good job. And are you still in contact with any of the staff or people at the mission?
I come in and when I can. Norm's a busy guy.
Yep.
Tony's busy. But I'm able to come and visit if I wanted. But they know I'm doing good.
Yeah, well, that's important. We want to stay in touch, see how you're doing.
Yeah, but it's going to be huge the day after Christmas. That'll be 4 years.
That is just 4 years sober. That's wonderful. And you also mentioned you've stopped smoking and vaping?
Yeah. Another thing I forgot to talk about. While I was at the mission, I was saved, and then I was baptized by Ryan Matson at City First Church.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, Pastor Ryan was here earlier, too.
Yeah,
so,
I remember him.
Do you?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I've been watching all day.
All day. Okay, we have one of our top viewers here.
I liked watching the Life Change Girls and Men and how they have God in their life and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Well, we appreciate that. So you're prepping for your time on the bench here. You're
I didn't know if I was going to make it.
Oh.
Because it's so late at night. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, you get up very early in the morning, so this is late at night for you.
Well, I have schizophrenia, so I have a hard time sleeping sometimes.
Yeah. So what would you want people to know about the mission that might, be thinking about coming here?
I just like people to know to not give up hope. If they want to change their life, they can.
Yeah.
Because believe me, I'm the last person that people thought would change. And another thing that I've heard lately is addiction ruined my life, and I'm not even the one that did the drugs. And that's the truth. Like, we think we're out in the streets and you're not affecting anybody. You're affecting your family.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're affecting your loved ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't judge anybody. I'll talk to you whether you're using or not, because I want you to get help, because I got help, and,
Yeah.
you know. And so many people have my back here. You know, when I moved from my apartment, I needed to stay somewhere for a couple weeks, and I called Norm, and he said, come to the rescue. When the Eugene Mission says they got your back, they mean it. You know? Look at me. almost 25 years I made mistakes, and I came here and they didn't say, oh, you're a bad person, oh, your background is too much for us. They just said, stick with us and it's going to work out, and it did. And I got to meet good people like Chelsea, you, Beth, Mike Tardy, all the people that I mentioned before. And I probably forgot some too, because everybody here is awesome.
Thank you, Cody.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous on...
You're doing beautifully.
Okay.
My goodness.
But I want to think about where else we went this summer. God, we went so many places. But I always go with somebody else because I don't feel comfortable going on my own.
Yeah.
But we go do the funnest things. And I have the greatest life.
That is so wonderful to hear. You know, if you've been through a lot, do you think someone should be afraid of coming to the mission?
No. If you can stop smoking and drinking and do some simple things like a life skill, then you're going to be able to work the program at the mission, and your life is going to get 10 times better. I watched a guy that I worked in the office with in the beginning, and he left here because of the way the program is with $10,000, and he went and has an apartment now.
Yeah. Well, people can save and
Yeah, you save your money and you work the program and go on to have a good life.
Yeah.
Or not. That's
a person's choice, right?
person's choice.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched other people that leave here and come back, and that's okay. But try doing that at another program across town and see what happens. They keep you in a computer on the other programs that are available, and they say, well, you did this, and this. The Eugene Mission, I watch people come back, and they're like, come back to rescue.
Yeah.
They say the Eugene Mission turning lives around, and that's the truth.
Thank you. Yeah. So, do you think it's hard for people to live in a group with so many? You know, we do have a lot of folks that are here at the mission.
I wish I could live permanently at the mission. Because I like going and you see so-and-so, and
Yeah.
then you're doing not your life skill, but you're doing your job. And there's always something for you. And the best part about the mission, I think, is waking up in the morning and having coffee at 6 a.m. Everybody comes into the same place. Everybody's getting their coffee.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, Cody, you brought a lot of joy to us at the mission, and we are all celebrating how well you're doing. It's an encouragement. I hope you know what an encouragement you are to others.
Yeah, I hope so. Because it's not easy.
No, it's not. You've been through a lot, like I said.
Yeah. And now I see a psychiatrist and a counselor. This guy I met from Hawaii, he's pretty cool. And I see Kai, me and Kai and Mike got to go have breakfast in Salem at the Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And Tanya, I can't say anything better about Tanya. She has so many people, but she makes time for you every time.
For each person, yeah.
And Tanya told me, I hate you, meth. And that's funny. But it's the truth.
Yeah.
That stuff is poison.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have got it years ago. but it's okay that I
Yeah,
didn't.
but here you are now.
Here I am
So,
now.
Yeah.
Standing on 10 toes, they call it.
I like that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, going back, got to talk some more about Sunny here.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to work on Sunny with just 2 meals a day there, or
Well,
crack
she-
down on her?
yeah. She hangs out in the bathroom in one of the towel racks.
That's sweet.
One day I went in there and I was turned around. I go, "What the heck are you doing?" And she hasn't left there since.
Yeah.
But I also, I was pretty close with my father at the end of his life, and I went through that, and then I was able to come here, and he knew Tony and Norm.
Did he know you were doing better?
My dad did, yeah.
That's good.
That's at the end of his life. He went to prison. I went here, and we would communicate on the phone because my dad was finally sober, and that
Oh.
was really a great time.
Yeah.
Even though he was incarcerated, which is not the best.
But you had some good
But I
communications.
had some sober
Yeah.
communication, and then tragically, my dad came home after being in prison, diagnosed with cancer, and then 2 months later, he was gone.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's really tough.
I'm thankful you had that time to.
But I have
Connect
the
with
I have
him.
the group home,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there's plenty of nice people there. But you still miss your dad, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No matter what he's done to you in your life, you never get over that feeling of losing a parent.
Yeah. Absolutely.
One day you wake up and you got your mom and your grandpa left, and that's about it.
So, do you connect with your other family members?
I talk to my mom a lot
Mm-hmm.
because now I'm sober and she wants to show me off.
Well, of course you would. Yeah.
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 I have a relationship with my younger brother from my dad's side. I'm proud to say that he's a year and a half sober now, too.
Great. That is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You were probably an encouragement to him as well.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
He saw me, and then he told me later on why I had to get that way, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Are we almost?
Yeah. Cody, thank you.
Okay.
I so appreciate your time, and you've just been precious to us all. So
Thank you.
God bless you.
Okay.
All right. All right, we are back, and it is my pleasure to introduce Katie Brown. Please join me on Conversations. Welcome. And you are nicely bundled up for the weather here.
Yes, I'm just glad it's not raining.
Oh, I know. I think we're lucking out so
safe.
far. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
But we
well,
do have umbrellas and other things just in case it starts coming
oh,
down.
and it's fine. I grew up here. I don't mind being rained on.
Okay. Good, a stalwart one. So please tell the listening audience about yourself.
Yeah, so let's see. I grew up in Eugene and left around 19, but came back in my early 30s to raise
Okay.
my kids, and very happy that I brought them back to Eugene to
Yeah.
grow up. Yeah.
And you have a pretty exciting, impactful endeavor that you're involved in.
Yes, yes, yes. About 3 years ago, just hit the 3-year mark recently, an idea came to me based on the need that I see going on in this town, which is homelessness.
Yeah.
And specifically youth under the age of 18.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was growing up here, when I was a little girl, it was rare to see a homeless person. And I remember when I did see a homeless person, I was mesmerized because I would think, how can someone not have a home?
Yeah.
So this is my community. This is my home, the town of Eugene. And, you know, just seeing what's happening, I just decided to do something about it. So the project that is my life purpose now is called Scorpion Creek Ranch.
Yep.
And the idea, the vision is to open a ranch outside, you know, in Lane County, but in rural Lane County, roughly 30, maybe 50 acres, where we bring homeless children, ages 14 to 18, so high school age kids, who are unaccompanied and homeless and don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
So these children who would, by choice, who are seeking help, would come live on the ranch for somewhere roughly between 12 and 24 months. And the experience on the ranch is really focused on the idea of stability, safety, education, community, and maybe most importantly, a deep sense of belonging.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the educational model that we have built, we have an amazing core team that's already been assembled, a board of directors,
Yeah, no,
amazing board
I've
of
looked
advisors.
at, you have a wonderful team assembled.
Yeah,
So,
I feel deeply grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the idea that these, you know, I think about my own kids who are now 26 and 22, and I remember them when they were going to South Eugene High School.
Yeah.
And this adolescence phase of life is when they're essentially going through this process of leaving childhood, you know, being young and going out and experiencing choices and freedom and all of that, but they are by no means old enough or
No.
capable to be on the streets.
Yeah. Well, and how valuable to step into an environment where you have so many really positive experiences, potentially to be growing foodstuffs and to be engaged in activities that are so strengthening of character and, you know,
Yeah.
again, your sense of belonging. I mean, there's nothing better than connecting with the land and growing things.
Exactly. Well, everything that we have incorporated into this vision is what we call like a healing touch point. So, as an example, when we open our doors, the first cohort that we will bring on will be 5 children, and that's a very intentional number. Recognizing that they're coming from not only the streets, but whatever led them to be on the streets.
Yeah.
You know, most of the children on the streets, especially the young ones, ran away from a home environment that was
yeah.
too traumatic
Yeah.
to endure any longer. Every once in a while, there's a child who maybe got entangled with drugs and does have a loving home, but that's a struggle.
Yeah.
So most of these kids don't have a safe home to go home to. And so if you imagine bringing this first cohort onto the property, the first project they're going to be involved with the mentorship of a general contractor, is building out a 150 square foot cottage. So, you know, we completely expect the youth to be uneasy, untrusting, nervous, but
I was just going to raise that issue, is
Yeah.
that there have to be trust issues.
Yeah,
and even
rightfully
a sense,
so.
Yeah,
Rightfully
absolutely.
so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So to
Yeah.
really break that down, you know, one of the first things I did when this idea came to me, which is, so in January of 2022, I went out in the community and I wanted to learn what was going on. And I've learned some stuff that has been really surprising. But I met with executive directors of youth-oriented nonprofits to share the vision, to get their feedback, and to also establish what's called a referral partnership. So the idea was, hey, once we get open and you guys understand what our parameters are and we work together as partners, give us a call when a youth shows up who fits
Yeah.
the youth that we can
Do,
take.
do you anticipate the youth coming from other entities or directly from parents or just outreach? Where do you anticipate
Yeah.
folks coming from?
So, not directly from parents, because these are kids who don't have
just
parents who are
okay.
involved, right? These are kids whose parents are abusive and addicts and not really present.
Okay.
So, you know, for example, I volunteered at Hosea Family Services for a year because initially, as I was meeting with community members, I was getting a lot of pushback. How are you going to deal with these kids? They're lazy, they're violent, and they're drug addicts. And I felt very strongly that those are symptoms of something way deeper. And so I went and volunteered at Hosea, which
Yeah.
is the day drop-in service, respite center, Monday through Friday, 11 to 6.
Brad Bills was here earlier today.
Oh, yeah, I
so
love Brad.
yeah.
Brad's great. And what I saw over that year, I saw the same faces coming in week
Yeah.
after week after week.
Yeah, yeah.
And they abided by all the rules. They said please and thank you. They held conversations. And yet they were still going back out on the streets every night.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that so heartbreaking?
so
just like,
heartbreaking.
oh.
I remember there was, so I
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
the lunch shift because I was very intentional about that. I didn't want to be there when the doors were going to close.
Yeah.
But at one point, about 3/4 of the year into this, Joe, the wonderful manager, asked me if I could come in and do an evening shift. And I was honestly really nervous, maybe the wrong word, but I was feeling anxiety around it because I knew I was going to be there. So we were serving them dinner, and it was dessert time, and I had a tray with all these plates of sponge cake with Cool Whip and strawberries. And I went out to every child that was sitting there eating, and I walked up and I just said, honey, would you like some dessert? And every single one of them looked at me and said, yes, please.
Wow.
And I put it down, and they said, thank you.
Yeah.
And for about 4 to 6 weeks after that, I remember presenting at the Junior League. When I would tell that story, I would start crying, because I just saw these kids as babies, They're just children. Like,
Yeah.
it really upsets me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the stuff that I have learned after being in this space and doing what I call a deep dive for 3 years, one of the biggest pieces is that the government considers youth 24 and under, but there is a critical delineation at 18.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you are a minor, you are legally supposed to be with your legal guardians, but if they have failed you, then DHS is theoretically supposed to step in. DHS is spread so thin, that's not happening.
Yes.
So then the child goes to the streets, and what they find, what they experience within this community is that there's nowhere to find a safe bed consistently.
Yeah.
That shocked me.
So how do you navigate that with DHS or because you do have a population that's under the age of 18?
Yeah, so DHS, I've met with one of the top managers who's wonderful multiple times. And as far as navigating it with DHS, we've talked about the potential of partnering in some way. But these are kids who are very likely not involved with DHS.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
DHS gets 500 calls on average a month, and DHS intervenes with 10% of the phone calls.
Okay.
So I said, what do you do with the other 90%?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's a tremendous amount of need that appears to be increasing.
Mm-hmm.
Now with the federal cuts happening, the human services are, going to be cut.
Spread more thin.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I met with Commissioner Buck recently and Mayor Knudsen just yesterday. They both told me half, going to be cut in half. So we're talking about a situation that was already starving for more support, substantial support, and now it's going to be diminished. So what I have said over and over again is that when you look around at the homelessness crisis we face as a nation, we have two entities that can step in and really do something. We've got the government and we've got community. So I'm saying let's start focusing on building community around supporting these unaccompanied minors on the streets. Because the vision for Scorpion Creek Ranch is we open our pilot here in Lane County. We gather the data, the metrics of their psychological, physical, and mental well-being over the period of time that they're there at the first 24 months with our initial cohort of 20. And then, I mean, I may be biased, but I'm also a mom. I am extremely confident that given the quality of care that is comprehensive, holistic, and immersive for this period of time, that these children are going to show such incredible progress.
Yeah.
Then we will be able to scale this model throughout the state of Oregon.
That data collection is so important. It's been something that we've tracked and developed even beyond, any type of HUD data, et cetera. We turn over all of our data so that the community benefits. We don't need
Yeah.
it because we're not taking any government funds or HUD funds,
Right.
et cetera. But we want to have very robust data. So we're tracking 7 different areas of, vocational, spiritual, health, et cetera, to make sure that our guests are advancing and
Yeah,
that we
it's
see
critical.
what areas are we, doing better and less than, and watching that. And I really think it's important that organizations hold themselves accountable and look at and see, are we making educational gains? Are we making health gains, et cetera?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
figure out how do we collaborate if there are shortcomings, or how do we further support guests.
I could not agree with you more.
As opposed to some of the metrics, it's just like, that's just a metric of determining whether or not the guest advanced to benefits. We're not really looking at human flourishing, and we're not looking at long-term, outcomes, which is so important.
Well, I mean, that's how you determine, is the work you're doing, is the money that you are receiving and putting to use going to work in an effective way? And another critical piece here, I have an extensive entrepreneurial background. So I am bringing a lens as an entrepreneur to this, which is basically there's this crisis, there's a problem. How do we come up with a solution that... Go ahead, no, if you need to...
They sent me a note. I couldn't read it. So.
Okay.
I have no idea.
No, if you wanted to check in with them.
I'm sure it was very interesting.
I'm sure you'll find out what it is at some point. Yeah.
Tents on fire. I'm sorry.
Like Braille's. That dumpster fire that almost happened. I have so many things to talk about with it. So the entrepreneurial lens, right? So I'm bringing the life experience. My sister was diagnosed with schizophrenia, bipolar, 30 years ago. So I really fought for her life and her safety within a mental health system that is
oh my goodness,
very dysfunctional.
Well, we've been talking about that this whole time. The child.
So I'm deeply familiar with that realm. And now that I'm in this homelessness realm, there's a tremendous amount of overlap in terms of how is money being spent? How is human suffering being perpetuated? How could we do it way better?
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah. Well, and I think that entrepreneurial bent is needed because we need to say, if this is not working, stop, and let's be creative.
Absolutely.
It's just like
what's
anything.
The problem? Let's figure out the best solution. What's the most direct line? There.
And there are ways forward. And I was excited to hear about what you were looking at. And my goodness, what a tremendous need with the youth. And it is a little bit heartbreaking, not just a little, to see the numbers increase and realizing that is tremendously unmet need for helping those folks move forward.
Huge opportunity.
Well, opportunity is a better way of saying it, because if healing is brought, we won't have the issues where we have some of our older guests coming in that had trauma, that had grief, that had other issues. And
for too long.
For decades sometimes on the street. It's a lot harder for us to help folks after they've been through the ringer for so long.
So let's go upstream with comprehensive care.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer in my mind. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for doing this and all you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, and thank you for bringing your understanding to the issue. 3 years devoted, and you're well on your way.
Oh, yeah.
So,
thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You too.
All right. Okay, folks, we have some more very special guests. We have our three guests from our program, Eric, Jason, and Gabe. So thank you for joining Conversations on a Bench. You're ready for your intense conversation?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So first, if you don't mind, let's go down the line and just give our listening audience a little background on yourself.
Absolutely. My name's Gabe Whitaker. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. My story is a bit interesting in that I had no idea the Eugene Mission existed, and I am not a local to Eugene. I was kind of just escaping a uneven situation, a residential situation that was not conducive to my success. I was also dealing with a bad relationship with alcohol and depression. And so one day I just bought a ticket to Eugene, a plane ticket, and I threw everything in the air, and God and the universe just brought me over here. And it just kind of blows me away because I spent my first 2 nights in Eugene at the Lindholm Center on 99. And luckily we had the warming centers, but then one day they said there was not going to be a warming center, and I did not want to spend the night outside.
Yeah.
And so I started doing some research, and I spoke to some of the guys over there at the Lindholm Center, excellent place and very good people, and they kind of referred me to the mission, and I made a phone call, and I spoke with Jamie. And Jamie, I'll never forget those words. He told me, "You made a good call, Gabe."
Duh.
And it's just been so breathtaking being here and just being a part of the community.
Oh, thank you.
I grew up in the South Pacific on a military base. My father was a civilian contractor.
I'll keep it a little closer. Yeah.
Sorry. Grew up on a military base in the South Pacific. My father was a civilian contractor. When I came back here, I was working a really good job. Didn't have any clue about what was going on amongst the homeless, really. They laid our entire department off. By the time I found a new job, I was behind in rent, and then I started working the new job, tore the ligaments in both my knees, got put into hospital. While I was in the hospital, I got kicked out of my apartment, and pretty much lost everything I owned. Got out of the hospital and came here, and it's helped me get back on my feet a little bit.
Yeah. So sorry. Well, it's good to have you here.
All right, I'm Eric. I started out in Portland. My life's been up and down for the last 25 years, but right before all this craziness happened, I went back to school to build low-income housing for the Urban and Public Affairs Community Development Program.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Then my house burned down, uninsured, and my parents, who were selling me the building, decided it'd be better to just sell the building. And so I moved to Mount Hood and lived in a car for about a year. In the middle of a September-October run, when it actually started freezing, I came down to Eugene. I, too, went to Lindholm, but for 2.5 years. I drove by your place literally every day when I had a car, until I was down to a bicycle, then walking, and then we had the same incident. Winter storm last year took me out of the Lindholm Center to the warming shelter, but then the funding cut, so there was only 3 days of funding, and I too met Jamie, and he said, "You look like you have a lot of good potential, and we'd like to try you out for this program." And so like I always tell people, I've only been here 2 weeks, but it's been the best 2 weeks of my life over and over again.
Wow.
No, I've been here since January.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, my taxes are also accounted for the same way. But yeah, this place is great, and I meet great people like this, and I just like to see that not just one person's being tortured, that lots and lots of people are being harmed, and that slowly, but through community and other things, redeveloping programs, there's a chance some of us, we can get back on track. And I even plan to
absolutely.
go out and eventually still build low-income housing someday.
Wow. Wow. Going round circle, huh?
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. And it's much easier this way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're glad that you're with us. Would love to hear what it's like. I mean, I think the community wonders what it's like to be in communal living in our 3 program. Is it scary? What can you tell them? Someone's thinking about, hey, I need a chance to rebuild my life, but I'm scared. I mean, I'm scared of what's going to be like. Is life over? What do you think?
Pass it over to Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, and I work as a rescue monitor, and I also work in the Rock on Sundays. So I especially like working in rescue because I get a chance to kind of steer people in the right direction when they're coming in, and it's a completely new environment. It's kind of alien to them, and one of the things that I'm frequently asked is how can I be successful in a program like this? And a couple of the things that I mention are just stay positive, treat people well, the golden rule, right? Treat people how you want to be treated, and also keep to your business. And I think keeping to your business is very important because there's a lot of different people with a lot of different situations and conditions and backgrounds and experiences. And you want to be very considerate and very fragile about how you interact with your fellow guests, because you want to be respectful of their background and their history and how they might react to an off comment or something that you're trying to come across as either comedic or funny.
Yeah.
But you have to be very cognizant of that reality that we're all here both for short-term, long-term rehab, but also just starting up again in life, getting a second or third or fourth chance.
Yeah.
In terms of my own personal experience, it's been fantastic. I mean, I like to think that I get along very well with all of the guests, most of them, and I treat people how I would like to be treated, and at the same time, I'm very routine oriented. So I have my schedule, my daily schedule. I am working a full-time job, and one of the things I truly abide by is just going